My name is Rebecca, and I'm an Agile lead with 20 years' experience in coaching, leadership, and digital delivery. So, I know from personal and professional experience, sometimes we neglect those softer skills that can really help us in honing our own emotional agility. So, that's why I've taken the time to just do this little series of videos. This video will focus on what is emotional intelligence and break down the 5 core dimensions to EI. So let's get started. Emotional architecture. So emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, understand, and express our feelings accurately and to control our emotions so that they work for us and not against us. So here we've got a group of 15 skills categories, and they form the foundation, walls, and roof of your personal emotional architecture. And you can see that they cover a lot of different elements. Some are pretty obvious, really, but I'll run through a few of these. So, your foundation is things like your assertiveness, your self awareness, your impulse control. And the support structure, it is flexibility, things like social responsibility, self-regard, and stress tolerance. And then the resultant, the roof elements, are self-actualization, problem solving, interpersonal relationships, and happiness. So at the end of this little video, I would suggest just taking a few minutes to maybe think about any of those that you find you have particular difficulty with, whether you feel you need to be a little bit more assertive or you need to have a higher self-regard or maybe be a little bit more flexible in your approach to others and to certain situations. It's worth maybe making a note of these, and then they can become some things that you can maybe think about within your day-to-day working lives. So your emotional architecture, it's about a number of key things really, but at its most basic, it's about knowing how you and others feel and what to do about it. It's about knowing what feels good or bad in any particular situation. And it's about possessing emotional awareness and sensitivity. Excuse me. So we've got a number of elements here that are kind of key indicators for these. And I'll delve into them in a little bit more detail over the next few slides. So Daniel Goleman of the Consortium for Research on Emotional Intelligence in Organizations at Rutgers University, he posits a question. So what distinguishes great leaders from merely good ones? Is it IQ or technical skills? Well, the conclusion really is it's a strong sense of emotional intelligence, focused on some of these 5 dimensions. Now, self-awareness is about knowing your own strengths, weaknesses, what drives you, and how you impact on others around you. Self-management, you'll also likely see it noted as being called self-regulation. So it's about controlling or redirecting impulses that are perhaps disruptive. Motivation is about relishing achievement for its own sake. Empathy, I think, is fairly straightforward, but it's about understanding other people's emotional makeup. And social skills, so about building rapport, networking, but working with others to help move them into the right desired direction. So there are some specific traits of each of these skills indicators, and I won't go through all of them, but a few under self-awareness. So someone that has high self-awareness might manifest some of these traits, like self-confidence or a thirst for constructive criticism. With self-management, you might have an individual who is extremely trustworthy, brings a lot of integrity, and is very comfortable with change or ambiguity. For motivation, you've got someone who is optimistic in the face of failure and has a passion for the work itself and loves a challenge. And empathy, we've got someone who has high expertise in attracting and retaining talent and an ability to develop others. And for social skills, you here have people usually bringing extensive networks, they're experienced in building and leading teams, and they have quite high persuasion skills. So just to delve a little bit further into the benefits of developing each of these skills. So for self-awareness, you can improve your interpersonal skills and relationships by acquiring more insight and knowledge into you, into your own self-awareness. And you can apply this to generate energy and vitality, especially in the face of pressured situations. With self-management, you get that basic skill to deconstruct your own behavior in areas where it's actually unhelpful to you. And it helps you generate foresight rather than hindsight about your behavior. So then you are more equipped to be able to self-manage much better. Now, with motivation, you gain a clear understanding of how emotional intelligence can help you maintain motivation. And empathy, you're better able to deal with conflict and support your direct reports in tough situations. And you can manage group emotions and help others manage their emotions, which is really important, especially when you're at a leadership or line management level. Now, for social skills or managing relationships, you gain confidence in managing relationships. You can understand how better to read the room, and you build rapport with honed social skills. Now, in addition, there are a couple of key elements I also wanted to go through, which don't necessarily fit neatly under any of these 5 core dimensions, but I think are really, really helpful to think about, because a key benefit really of developing your emotional intelligence, it also gives you a better understanding of how to relax, of how to develop stress management strategies that might reduce you maybe burning out and having, a particular bout of illness. And you also gain an understanding of the mind-body link and the emotional factors that contribute to your overall emotional well-being. I think these are really important. So in my next video, I'm going to focus on the first dimension, which is self-awareness. But I wanted to delve a little bit more into the differences here between intra and interpersonal skills, which are kind of obvious really, but I'll run through them quickly. So for intrapersonal skills, this is the inner intelligence we use to know, understand, and motivate ourselves. So self-awareness, self-management, self-motivation. And in those interpersonal skills, we're looking at that outer intelligence that we use to read, sense, understand, and manage our relationships with others, empathy, and social skills.
Thanks everyone for taking the time to watch this little video. I do hope you found it useful. Please like and share or subscribe to my channel, where I'll be posting other videos in this series on emotional agility. And I always appreciate comments and feedback. Take care of yourselves and your colleagues. Thank you.